Yeah, yeah. Nice fade out.
Yeah.
Welcome.
We're back.
Fans of Flakes.
Oh.
Finally, took 2 weeks off.
Yeah, 2 weeks off.
Yeah, well, Easter, so, you know, we were family obligations.
Right, and then I had some medical issues I had to take care of. So
yes.
I was out with...
But we're back.
Yeah, we're back, so
I'm
here
excited.
We are. Yeah.
Yes. So, I guess, first off, exciting news that I want to let everyone know is we officially have our tickets to go to Kansas.
Woo!
So, Fans of Flags will be at Kansas the first weekend in May, so that's pretty exciting.
I'm excited. I'm ready.
Yeah.
Races are fun.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's going to be good. We're going to try to document the entire weekend.
Yes.
As best we can.
We're going to get a lot of footage, a lot of good stuff. We'll put it out, so.
Yeah.
So that'd
share
be cool,
with you guys how that went. So.
Yeah. So going into race recap, because we have now 3 races to catch up on. So we have COTA, Richmond, and Bristol.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll make her fast, but just want to obviously cover all that. So start with COTA. I know you were really excited about COTA. That was a great race. So.
I was excited for the no stage cautions and just seeing how that strategy thing played out. And lo and behold, it worked. It was a great race. Everyone liked it. I loved it.
I loved it, too.
There were natural cautions. So, there were breaks in the race. I will say the end of the race was full of shenanigans. Just because of the way COTA is in turn 1 is a heavy braking zone. And
oh, my God. They're all, stacking up. And I'm like, what a shit show.
Yeah.
Straight up.
No matter what. Oh, my God. It took them 3 tries to finish the race.
That's pretty normal, though, I think.
Yeah. Oh, it was just giving me, last year Indy road course vibes.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Freaking Briscoe cutting through. I was like, bro, you cannot do that.
No, wasn't that Chastain who,
Oh, Chastain did that.
Yeah.
Okay, Bristol, that was Briscoe. That was the year before.
Yeah.
Where he, cut through the grass, and I was like, yeah, you can do it. But, yes, Chastain, cut the course, and he's like, well, I thought it was okay.
Yeah. Well, NASCAR said we could go through there as long as we wanted.
Yes, I know. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, so it was a bunch of...
No, COTA was a good race. There was a lot of strategy at play. People on different strategies.
Totally. We talked a ton about the celebrity shots. So, that was Jimmy Johnson was disappointing, but I think, Jenson Button has been saying nothing but really great things about NASCAR since he raced at COTA.
Yeah,
so.
The rumor is he's trying to find a ride.
Trying to find a ride. Yeah, dude, I know. I was like, bro,
race.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's cool.
Jordan Taylor did good. He had a good run.
Yeah, I think those guys just didn't, they knew it was going to be aggressive. They didn't know how aggressive it was going to be.
They were kind of expecting it, but they were like, oof.
Yeah, Jenson Button at the end was I guess for him, he was not ready for the heat and all of that. So he had to go pit to get water and ice and stuff like that, which makes sense if you're not conditioned for those things. Yeah, so.
That is true. They do have to do a lot of work for that was a hot race, they said. But yeah, so obviously we had no breaks, no stage break, no cautions for stage breaks. And then it was the first choose cone at a road course. I didn't think it had too much of an effect, but that was a really super cool thing that happened there.
Yeah, just with the way turn 1 is at COTA being a uphill sharp left.
I guess the inside though at first that did help out, and we did see people lining up behind, so that they didn't get shoved out. Yeah.
Everyone was. You could go 10 wide.
That's literally what happened too. I was like,
okay,
what a dumpster. Trying to funnel in. I'm like, yeah, it's not going to work.
No,
but
did not.
But yeah,
other than that, the guy who dominated the race ended up winning.
Yes, and I picked the winner.
Yeah, and
it was
Brittany
so exciting. I'm wearing my Reddick shirt, but
Reddick got the win at COTA.
That was super fun. Totally. Oh my God! After all those restarts, I was like, damn, he earned this win. Straight up. They made him try 4 times, I think, and then they didn't even call the caution. Some bullshit happened again, and they were like, dude, we just gotta let it ride out. We can't make him try again.
It was already another half hour, 45 minutes to get those 3 restarts.
Oh my God, I know. So because the track is so big, so they were like, but
no, it was good.
But yeah, I love the call up because we had several drivers that pulled double duty on the road courses. So Allmendinger, Byron, TG, Almirola, and Josh Bilicki all pulled double duty. So I thought that was cool. Definitely Almirola's Xfinity run did not help him in the cup race because him and Brad Keselowski were equally as embarrassing.
Yeah, they struggled.
Typically it's Brad Keselowski, and I love Brad Keselowski, but he is wild as hell on the road courses. Like,
not his cup of tea.
Oh my god, not his thing at all. Mm-hmm. Like I like it's like they'll like. I wish I could have put together like a bunch of clips of videos. I think it was like Sonoma one year, and it was like every other like lap. It was like, oh, Brad Keselowski is spinning out again, and like it was like every other like lap. I'm like, dude, get this guy off the track right now. Like, so embarrassing.
A hazard.
Yeah, but anyway, so overall, I liked Coda. I thought it was a really good race.
I hope they keep going.
Like, yeah. Oh, yeah, totally.
It's working out to be a really good course.
Yeah, third year at COTA. So, also COTA was the first of 6 road course races that we're going to race at Cup, and the first of 8 for the Xfinity Series. So, it was nice to see the package. But
yeah.
Okay, going into Richmond.
Pretty solid race, I'd say.
Yeah, it was a good race.
Yeah. Didn't really have any. There was lots of long runs.
Congratulations to Larson that you won, because James Small is the world's biggest dumbass. So you're welcome, Larson. Otherwise, that was Truex's race. I would have picked 3 for 3. Yeah. Genuinely, I was like so convinced.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean,
so bullshit.
Yeah,
that strategy was wild as hell. So for those of you that didn't watch the race, James Small made a call to take an extra set of tires in the middle of the first stage. Not even needed at all. Just wanted to try it, make some adjustments, see, like, whatever. I understand the risk taking and the car, trying to figure it out. But then obviously he was left without any sticker tires at the end of the race. And at Richmond, it is all about tires. The tire wear at that track is tremendous. Like, it is, I mean, any time that there is a yellow flag, you go in and you take 4. And of course, the tires were monitored, as NASCAR has been doing, like the number of sets that you're allowed. Yep. And so he ran out of sticker tires at the end. So, but otherwise, he had the best car. Absolutely had the best car. It was so. It was a long run race.
Like, there was tons of if you didn't have a long run car, you were in trouble.
Yeah.
Until the end, obviously, when we had to do restarts for overtime. But
if there wasn't that last caution, Truex would have won.
Yep.
Absolutely, no doubt.
It's kind of like
it's just that we ran out of tires.
Yeah.
So
it was kind of the same thing.
Congratulations to all the Larson fans. We gave you one.
I think the funny part was that they didn't even tell Truex he was on old tires.
Okay, so my beef with James Small has not been a secret. I think everybody knows I'm a massive Cole Pearn fan, and always will be. Cole Pearn is like one of the greatest of all time. I think I would be willing to go to debate with somebody on that. Mm-hmm. But either way, so James Small had a lot of, big shoes to fill, but he consistently makes stupid calls that, like, everybody can see, right? It's almost like he just can't handle the pressure of being a crew chief. Obviously, he was the car chief, did amazing setups with, Truex's 2017 run, won a lot of races in 2018, you know what I mean? Whatever. So, like, obviously he knows how to set up a car. I think he cannot handle the pressure of being a shot caller. Yeah. Like, I genuinely think that that's what it is. Which, then fucking don't and get off the box, because if you can't handle the heat, whatever. And, like, it just upset me because he had no faith in Truex. Like, he put on some scuffs, during that last pit stop, because that's all they had, right? So, okay, fine, put on scuffs, it's all you have. He didn't tell, like you said, Truex that he was on scuffs. So Truex went out there thinking he's got fresh sticker tires. He's like, dude, I'm gonna win this race. Like, I got stickers, I'm ready to go. Then all of a sudden he's like on the radio, like, they're flat, like something's wrong, like whatever. So he's out there driving like a dumbass, right? Blocking everyone. If you watch the race, he looks like a serious rookie out there. Like,
I mean,
trying
it's
to
not
block
his
everyone.
fault,
Like,
but yeah.
It's 100% not his fault.
Yeah.
And so everyone's like, bro, what the fuck you doing? Like, get out of the way. And he thinks he's on sticker tires and something's wrong with the car, or he lost it, whatever. James Small, after the race, yeah, we had to put scuffs on, like, that's all we had. We just ran out of tires. And he's like, it didn't matter. We were dead in the water anyway. Mm-hmm. You have no faith in this veteran champion driver that if you tell him he's on scuffs, he would have drove different. Mm-hmm. Guarantee. You could have pumped out the air pressure, like whatever you fucking needed to do.
Yeah.
You know? Oh my God. Sorry, I'm passionate about it.
And they were only 6
It's just the dumbest call ever.
Yeah.
Just handed the race away. Which, like, whatever. And sometimes shit goes wrong. The cautions, you know, you can't control none of that. Sometimes you want a caution and you're praying for it. Sometimes you're like, no caution, I can't watch, you know, whatever. I get it. I've watched a million races, but like, oh, that just was like...
It's frustrating when it's just...
That was like shockingly bad.
Yeah.
Watching that happen. Like you literally are a professional crew chief.
Mm.
That's your job, to communicate to the driver to get the best finish possible. And I don't understand it.
But on the opposite spectrum, Josh Berry ended up with the second place finish at Richmond.
Oh my God.
Because of pit strategy. And
that was wild as hell.
Interim crew chief.
It was not Alan Gustafson.
No.
Yeah, which also coincidentally he's back this week, so great news. But anyway, yes,
cool.
I did notice that.
That was very cool.
That was crazy.
Good for him.
Yes. So anyway, I don't really have a lot to say about Richmond. That was pretty much it. So
yeah. Willie B was in contention until the last caution because Christopher Bell was defending from the bonsai, as he called him, in turn one.
Okay.
Chastain.
Yes.
Chastain was trying to jump inside. Bell was trying to block him, then went in too hot. Byron was on the outside trying to keep up with Barry and
yes.
collateral
I did not
damage.
think that was Seabell.
Oh no, it was just a racing thing.
Yeah.
I'm not like, Seabell was being not blatantly aggressive.
Yeah,
something.
no, I also think that everybody just races different around Chastain, and like I think that's just the way that it is because he completely has a reputation.
Yeah. And apparently everyone was making memes later that week about Chastain and like how Chastain's become the scapegoat for everything.
I know, like Larry Mack will say you stub your toe in the middle of the night and you blame Chastain. Like he's said that like a bunch of times, but I don't know. On one hand it's true and it's comical and like we can make fun, but on the other hand, like, well, you kind of brought that shit on yourself, like, you know.
I mean, especially last year, you really brought that on yourself. I mean, even before then, I think it was like 3 years ago, he got a cup ride and he pissed off Kevin Harvick, and Kevin Harvick said something along the lines, "This is why you're never going to have a ride in this series," or some shit. Yeah. And, you know, everyone's known about Chastain and his
it's not
antics.
new, but that's what I'm saying. Like, kind of did that to yourself.
But he always seems to be in the vicinity of things, so...
Yeah, no, obviously he's running well. Trackhouse is doing really, really great. Suarez with a front row starting position today.
Suarez is...
Dude, yes, I know. Trackhouse is doing super, super well. But, I mean, obviously, yes, it's something that's been, you know, talked about. Sometimes he's not so bad. Yeah. Sometimes, you know, it's like... I think the thing for me is, like, when he does it and it's to your driver, it's just so, like, blatant and it just makes you so mad.
Yeah.
You know?
You're just like...
It's like...
Every time he gets behind William Byron, I'm like, oh my God.
Genuinely. Like, anytime I see Truex racing around, like, Chastain, I'm like,
this dude's gonna
fucking A. I'm like, God damn it. Yeah.
I'm just like...
I'm like, get away.
It's high stress. I'm more stressed about Chastain being behind me than...
Straight up.
Yeah.
And as a fan, like, I think that says something, you know, like if you have to notice that, you know, he's very much the new Ricky Stenhouse. Anytime that my driver is racing around Ricky Stenhouse, I'm like, oof, bud, you gonna get wrecked. For sure, you know? Mm-hmm. But, oh my God, so funny. But, okay, so yes, that was Richmond. My rant is done. I have a lot more to say, but it's fine. And then Bristol was last weekend over Easter. There was dirt.
It was dirty.
That's
about all I gotta say about it.
There was dirt. No,
I'm not at... No, it was a fine race.
It was fine. I loved the choose drone. I thought that was fun.
That was a cool little gimmick.
Yeah, I liked that. Yeah. I thought that was hilarious.
But I don't know. I'm just not a fan of the dirt race.
Yeah, so for anyone who didn't watch Bristol, normally you have a choose cone that's painted on the track. Since there was dirt, they couldn't paint anything on the track, so they had a drone so you could choose what lane you were starting in.
Yep.
But it was all like lit up and it was super cool.
Mm-hmm.
I love the drone shots of the track already. Like, I love that, like, technology and being able to see that. So. Yeah,
that is a cool little thing that they added in the last couple of years.
Yes, So
it's a nice perspective, especially on like what they were doing with Coda.
Yeah, I loved that. And like Coda too, because because the track's so big, it's hard to get coverage everywhere. So by having, that angle is pretty cool. But, so I don't know. There was a lot of drivers that were expressing that they were not happy about racing Bristol Dirt. Kyle Larson and Bubba Wallace being the two main ones.
Yeah.
That publicly were like, why are we even here?
Yeah, Kyle Larson, the Dirt King, is
I know.
Not
right.
thrilled with racing those cars on dirt.
Yeah.
Because it's not dirt racing. Well, you can't rip those cars around there.
Right.
I'm trying to think of a way to describe it. It's so slowed down, and those, I don't know, they're just so heavy. Like that. Yeah. They're just too heavy for a dirt race. You can't really make grip with them. They're just sliding. It's like sliding through snow.
Well, I was going to say, speaking of, so the tires that they used were obviously the dirt tires, but towards the end of the race, all the dirt was pushed off the track, and you could kind of see the normal track coming through. So they were trying to find dirt to be able to use those tires, and I was just like, it just seems so if you want to race on dirt, just race on an actual dirt track.
Yeah,
that's always my deal. Because you could very much tell that it was, it was put on there and then it was wearing off as the race was going on. You know what I mean? It started to change color. It was I don't know.
Well, and I don't even think this year, last year, they did so many dirt series came in and did races at Bristol Dirt. This year, I don't think a single dirt series showed up.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. It was a fun thing. Yeah. I do love that we're racing on Easter. That was super cool because typically before we were not racing on Easter. So that was cool, but I don't know. It was Bristol Dirt.
Cool,
I picked the winner though. I am 2 out of 3 in the last 3 weeks.
That's pretty good.
I picked Seabell to win. I picked him to win. I was like, okay, think about it. But he's won 3 Chili Bowls. He has he's
a great
an impressive
dirt
racer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just something about it. So I picked Tyler Reddick at Coda and then Seabell Bristol Dirt. So for anyone following who is trying to, up their fantasy game, I'm your girl.
Yeah, I haven't been doing too hot. But yeah.
But anyway, yeah, so Bristol Dirt, I think is what it is.
Yeah, is what it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to news of the week. Pretty big. Our boy Chase Elliott is back.
Yeah.
For Martinsville, and coincidentally also who I like to call Johnny Bravo because he totally looks like Johnny Bravo, but Alan Gustafson is back.
Johnny Bravo. Yeah. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. 6 weeks off and just going right back.
Pretty unimpressive qualifying effort, but I mean, I think he's getting a million questions about wasn't your leg, you had said. So
no,
which is unfortunate.
He's been gone for 6
him.
Weeks. Just give him a
break. Oh, the commercials are so cringe.
Oh yeah, NASCAR created a whole "Welcome Back, Chase Elliott's Back" commercial, which
it's beyond cringe.
In the marketing sense makes sense. I mean, he is the most popular driver.
Yeah, did Kyle Busch get that when he was off for 12 weeks with a broken leg or
that was Kyle.
No?
That was Kyle Busch's villain arc though.
Yeah.
So
I was like, I don't remember seeing any Welcome Back Kyle Busch commercials, but Kyle Busch is a lot more impressive driver than Chase Elliott. I think everybody can agree with that.
I think they think that the TV ratings drop is because Chase Elliott fans aren't watching.
Yeah.
For whatever reason. Then clearly they aren't NASCAR fans. They're just they're
clearly not.
Yeah. If your driver's not racing, you still watch the race.
Still watch. Yeah. Absolutely.
So they're not true fans.
So Chase Elliott is back. Yeah. That's obviously exactly what I wrote. And then Hamlin penalty is upheld for his podcast drama, which I just like to say, go off on the podcast, bro. Just
keep doing it.
Just do it.
It's amazing.
I support your podcast all day.
I love
as one day I hope you'll support mine.
Perspectives on things.
Dude, go off, bud.
Yeah,
for sure.
It's wonderful.
But he's penalized now for saying that he intentionally wrecked Ross Chastain.
I don't think it was that. I think it's because of NASCAR's appeals change.
Yeah.
Appeals are no longer worth anything at this point. There's no point in doing an appeal. NASCAR basically shut that down because Hendrick won their appeal about the louvers modifications, and
even though
Brad Keselowski and RFK
didn't win in last season, and even though Justin Haley
Justin Haley's appeal was after Hendrick's, and NASCAR changed the rule. So now the rule is the appeals panel cannot change the penalty. They can only adjust the points and fines within the confines of the penalty. So we have L1 penalties, which are the highest level of penalty, L2, L3. So if you get an L1 penalty, it stays an L1 penalty, and the appeals panel can shift. So say they say 150 points, they can go down to 100 points. But
you still have to pay the points.
You still have to pay the points. You still have to pay.
For an L1, it's just you can adjust the amount.
Yeah.
You still have to pay money. You just can adjust the amount.
Right. So Hendrick wins. NASCAR, a week later, doesn't tell anyone that they're changing this rule. Change the rule. Then Justin Haley's team, colleague, goes into appeal, finds out they can't actually do anything about it. Denny Hamlin goes to appeal. He can't do anything about it because he's already been handed the points penalties. So now we're just to a point where appeals are pointless. And
then Hendrick got...
Yeah, let's... So after Richmond, NASCAR decided...
Well, I need to hear it from a Hendrick fan, really, because I think everyone
knows why NASCAR
Everyone knows what the fuck is happening, but I need to hear it from a Hendrick fan.
So Hendrick wins their appeal. I didn't think they were going to win the appeal. Honest to God, I thought we
got footage to prove it.
Yep. I said they messed with a part they weren't supposed to mess with. They're going to get the penalty. Lo and behold, the appeals panel, which turns out the appeals panel is no one involved with NASCAR.
No one in NASCAR. I also did not know that.
Yeah, it's never anyone.
Yeah, I had no idea.
It's always these random. It was a random track owner, a random person from a different series.
Yeah, I legitimately thought it was NASCAR, and then when I found out, I'm like, okay,
wait, what?
Yeah, so how does that make sense?
Some Joe Blow.
Totally. Yeah.
Middle of nowhere. Yeah. Anyways, so Hendrick wins their appeal. All their drivers get their points back, and they're fine.
But the crew chief stayed suspended.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the appeals, it was funny because the appeals panel said, well, you did break the rule. And NASCAR was not very happy about that. They put out a statement saying, we are glad that the appeals panel said that the rule is broken. We do not agree with the rescindance of points and fines.
Yes.
So fast forward a week.
Okay, like reading NASCAR's statement around it and then reading Hendrick's statement around it was hysterical, by the way.
They were black. They were just
I was like,
complete opposites. Yeah. So fast forward to Richmond. Kyle Larson wins the race. But NASCAR...
You're welcome, Kyle Larson fans.
Great job, Kyle Larson.
Yep.
Finally got your win.
Yep.
But NASCAR decides they're taking Bowman and Byron's cars to the R&D Center, which is a place where NASCAR goes and takes cars to check them for rules violations and part modifications.
Yep.
And turns out that these two cars that they took had some adjustments made on some part called the greenhouse. I think it has something to do, from what I understand, with the windshield wiper, and that they made an adjustment they weren't allowed to make. So NASCAR penalized both Bowman and Byron with
an L1,
75 point regular points penalty and a 5-point playoff penalty, and then a $50,000 fine for each. And then suspended the interim crew chiefs, which really didn't matter. But, yeah, it seemed a little suspect that they just, the week after the Hendrick appeal and whatnot, that...
Well, I mean, yes, I agree. But also NASCAR can't pick any driver. So, yes, it is.
It should also be noted that in the past, they've always said the cars that went to R&D were the winner and then random draws.
Yes.
Yeah, but they did not take Larson. Why didn't they take Larson?
Yeah, so they did change that rule because the cars that get sent to R&D always was the winner, because that's how they encumber like a win.
That is true. But then
So-
they had the random draw. Bob Pockris
Yes.
did the tweet where he was stating that it's now NASCAR discretion on what cars go to the R&D department.
And they don't have to take the winner now. But before they always had to take the winner.
Yeah.
Is that right?
I think so.
We'll fact check.
Yeah,
We'll
we're going to
fact
fact check that. Also, R&D stands for research and development. Sorry.
Yes. Yeah. Research
So.
and development. So. Yeah. Sorry. But yeah, I don't know. And it was funny because Byron got asked about it at Bristol Dirt, and he was livid about this whole thing. Actually expressed some anger, which is not a normal thing for
Yeah, that isn't. I will say though, they can literally take anyone.
Oh yeah, I know they can
So
take
like
anyone.
you do have
It
to
was
make sure your
just-
shit's in check.
It just felt like a
constantly,
very petty thing.
It was like, yeah.
The thing is that greenhouse area that was modified has nothing to do with car performance. It does not give you any performance advantage.
Right.
It's just something. It's an area where they either connect or disconnect a windshield wiper. And yeah. Anyways, Hendrick put out a statement that they were not going to appeal and that they were going to focus on their on-track activities, and that the greenhouse modification had nothing to do with performance, and basically told NASCAR, fine, you know what, be petty, we don't care, we'll go out and win. But it just sucks because now William Byron lost a whole win's worth of points, and I don't know, it sucks, but it kind of expected it after NASCAR's little hissy fit about the points rescindance. So I don't know, it's just an interesting little saga.
I think that Hendrick and NASCAR are equally known for hissy fits, so I can't really.
Yeah, I feel like this has been going on for a long time between the two, so you can't really say it wasn't expected. But.
Yes, but there you have it from a Hendrick fan.
We did
What
say
happened?
episode 1 that we were excited about the drama.
The drama is what keeps us going.
I do love the drama.
The drama is great.
I'd be lying if I said I didn't.
It keeps it lively.
It does, yes. And then last news of the week, so at racing a late model race before Bristol Dirt, Chase Briscoe broke his finger. So he got an okay from the doctor to race Bristol Dirt with a broken finger. He had like a weird splint thing, but I haven't heard any news on his update on his recovery. But.
Yeah, they said something that he was supposed to have surgery, but then I guess Tony Stewart during the broadcast said he might not need surgery.
Yeah, they said Monday after Easter he was supposed to have it, but...
Well, Tony Stewart said something in the broadcast that he might not actually need surgery.
Might not need it.
And I don't think he did because...
I
think he
haven't
was
heard
out there.
anything, so yeah.
It must have been fine. But
Yeah, he raced okay, I thought, so.
It's just one of those things. It's like the Chase Elliott thing. The drivers got to go out and live their life. And
Oh my God,
do their
absolutely,
thing
yeah.
outside of
Yes.
racing. So
Speaking of, I wanted to see where he's starting today, if he had a good qualifying effort.
yeah, he's got to be in the top 10 because all the
Yeah.
Stuart
He's
Haas.
fourth. Yes, I was okay. Yeah, Stuart Haas had a great
Marcus
qualifying.
Verstappen,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. So I think that's it for news of the week. We'll go into power rankings.
Yes.
Okay. So number 10, we got Willie B. He's down 6 spots, obviously from the points that you were talking about.
I don't think the points really come into play because he has 2 wins, but
Yeah.
regardless, well, now technically only one win worth the points, but
Worth of points. Yes, but
anyways,
anyway.
not really agreeing with that, but okay.
Yeah. Number 9 is Logano. He's down 2 from 7th. Number 8, Bowman. He's down from 2nd. So
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the points thing. He doesn't have a win. He's been riding the points.
He's just been consistent. Yeah. So
Yeah.
Truex is 7th, up from 10th. I hadn't seen him on the list prior, so thank God we're actually finally. Number 6 is Kai-Bai. He's up from 8th.
Yeah.
Number 5, Harvick. He's up 1 from 6th. So I think he's obviously, like you were talking about, the Fords were like super fast. Well, Stuart Haas in particular. So definitely brought a great setup to Martinsville. So that should be interesting.
Qualifying setup.
Yeah, but
We'll see about the race.
and then number 4, Ross Chastain. He's down from 1st.
Yeah.
I don't know how he got to first.
I don't know.
Number 3 is Reddick. He's up 6 spots from 9th, obviously, with the win at Coda. He's been doing really good.
Yeah, he did really good
so Race Control was going to pick him for Bristol Dirt. Was like, I don't know if I want to pick him 2 weeks in a row, but he had a great run at Bristol Dirt.
Yeah. Richmond, he struggled.
Yeah.
He really struggled at Richmond. But yeah, Bristol Dirt came back around. And
I think he's definitely building up to like the Tyler Reddick that we saw last year.
Yeah,
so.
definitely.
And then number 2 is Larson. He's up 3 from 5th. Obviously, having the W at Richmond certainly helped.
Mm-hmm.
And then number 1 is Seabell, and he's up 2 from 3rd. So with his win at Bristol Dirt last week.
Yeah, he's another driver who's kind of on a hot streak in top 5.
Exactly like you saw last year. So I think it's just so exciting to see, like, seeing Christopher Bell and then Tyler Reddick kind of like, they weren't even big at all a couple years ago, and then now you're talking about them consistently like every week. So I don't know, it's just exciting to see the younger drivers, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I saw or heard them talking about JGR in general, and Christopher Bell is the highest performing driver at JGR.
I would have never, a couple years ago, you couldn't have paid me to say that.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I was saying that last year, so, JGR is, like, known for, like, turning and burning drivers if you're not performing, right? So, that's, like, the football coach in Joe Gibbs, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, so he's, like, been known to do that, and the 20 car has had, like, this, like, string of drivers since... essentially Matt
Eric
Kenseth,
Jones,
right?
Yeah,
you
Matt
know?
Kenseth, Eric Jones, Daniel Suarez.
No, he was the 19, but yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah. But either way, it's like crazy.
It's just
like,
all these different drivers that went to Joe Gibbs
and
Racing.
so when Seabell wasn't performing, it was like beginning of last year that I said that. I was like, I kind of feel like...
Well, yeah, but
maybe
that was
he's on
at
the
time.
chopping block, you know what I mean? And then all of a sudden he just like heats way up and like he's just doing so good.
At the beginning of last year... Before all the Kyle Busch drama, and knowing that Ty Gibbs was getting ready to come to Cup.
Yeah. Oh, we all knew. We all called that. Yeah.
It was like Christopher Bell's gonna lose his ride.
Dude, yes. I thought that too. And then all of a sudden I was like, I don't know. He heated up like late summer, and it was like, damn, like he's like racing for his ride right now. Like it felt like that. But then also I'm like, no, he's just good. You know, like it just needed some time to come in. But anyway.
Little side note, JGR side note. Ty Gibbs is on a 4-week top 10 streak.
Yes.
Currently.
Yes,
quietly,
he is.
Just sneaking up there. Yeah.
Yes. I'm a well-known TG fan, so I think, Jared's not. But anyway, that's exciting. Yeah, he's doing good. He's humbled down, for sure, going into Cup. I think so is, like, Noah Gragson, like, watching them,
I think
come into Cup.
They had some conversations that needed to happen about their attitudes and their emotions.
Well, it's like that's what made the Xfinity series so fun last year.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Like I watched every Xfinity race last
year. It was
year.
more dramatic than anything in Cup.
I know. They made it so fun to watch, and they were like big fish in a little pond, and so I think that it's like cool to see that change and that dynamic. Like I know we've talked about the Rookie of the Year battle before, but like I don't know. I think TG's probably in the lead currently with his streaks of top 10s.
But walk away with it. It's just more of I think it's more of an equipment thing with.
I know Legacy Motorsports hasn't really been performing, and it sucks. Eric Jones is so good. Like, they did win last year. It wasn't Legacy last year, but
Yeah, but I don't know. It's just interesting.
I know. I love all the up and comers. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Okay, so race look ahead. So we have Martinsville today. The Xfinity race was fun yesterday.
Oh my god, great race.
Yeah.
It was a great race.
Oh my god, that burnout.
There was no Cup guys. It was all...
no Cup guys, yeah.
No Cup guys. It was all Xfinity drivers, and it was a good race.
Yeah, so John Hunter Nemechek won.
Dominated.
Won over like 200 laps, I think they said. But got a late race caution, but still managed to hold on. So, and then his burnout was fantastic. That was super cool.
Burnout of the year.
Total burnout of the year. So he was sponsored by fire extinguishers. And so he was like, like they use, whatever. Start a big ass fire. Like, they're like, it looks like Back to the Future. Like, there's a DeLorean there. So it was so funny.
It was like, they got the video of it like catching, and it just looked sick. It was like,
I know, they kept being like, he needs to get out. He needs to get out.
Yeah, Joey Logano was like, get out of there.
Like, Yeah, so it was fun. I historically have not liked John Hunter Nemechek, so I've I didn't like him in trucks. I haven't liked him in Xfinity. That made me like him a little bit more. So
I have no idea much. I don't know much about John Hunter Nemechek other than he was really good at trucks.
For me, always been real weaselly of a person, and so I just didn't like him at all. But that made me like him a lot more. Yeah. So
it was cool to see.
John Hunter Nemechek.
Yeah, it was. The person who impressed me the most in that race was Sammy Smith.
Yeah.
High school kid, got a ride.
Youngest driver by a long shot.
18. He's 18 years old. He's racing for Joe Gibbs. I think, Joe Gibbs Racing.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, anyways. Dude can race.
Future Cup driver. Yeah, for
definitely. Sure. 100%.
For sure.
He was riding, at Martinsville, it's usually a really tight track. You're racing the bottom. But somehow Sammy Smith...
They described it as 2 drag strips with U-turn.
Yeah. And Sammy Smith was running the outside. And most of the time when you run the outside at Martinsville, you push up and into the wall. But he was managing. Ended up on the last lap passing Cole Custer for second place.
Yeah.
So, he made it work. It was a good race. A lot of up-and-coming talent. It'll be interesting to see.
Oh, yeah. I think he's doing really well.
I mean, he won Phoenix. Sammy Smith won Phoenix.
Yes.
So, he's already got a win. I don't know.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, cool. that was really good. So, yes, I think... teams will have 3 sets of wet tires going into Martinsville today. Obviously, with the new package, but they don't anticipate they're going to use them.
Well, they didn't even use them for the truck race. Well, they tried, but they just... And then they were like, no, we're not going to race in the rain now. It's like, why do we make the teams buy?
Yeah, I just thought that was interesting that they said that. But they're not planning on using them. So,
how many tires do they have for the?
I don't know how many slicks. I don't know. I don't know that. I just know they have 3 sets of wet. But okay. So going into picks for today.
For today,
I think we have an interesting set of picks. So Jared, do you want to go first?
Oh, sure. I got my boy Willie B.
Okay.
He won the spring Martinsville race last year, dominating fashion.
Okay.
Looking at practice, he had the best long run car. He was only dropping off by thousandths of a second over his run. So if we get a nice green flag run, I think he's got a chance to take it.
Nice.
So.
Well, they don't call it Martinsville for nothing, so I'm picking the number 19 Bass Pro Shops Toyota MTJ, baby. We got it done.
That was beautifully said.
Thank you so much. All right, race control, what do you got?
Well, it looks like Fans with Flags is just going completely personal because I'm picking Kevin Harvick.
Oh, snap.
That's just because Kevin Harvick's the shit.
Yeah, because Kevin Harvick's the shit. Bob Pockers picked Kevin Harvick to win the race, and Stuart Haas had an incredible qualifying run, so I think that's a great pick.
Kevin Harvick's been great on
we're going all personal out here, straight up, picking our drivers.
We want that grandfather clock.
We do. Yeah. TikTok, baby.
It's Fans with Flags, baby.
Yeah, I love that. All right, well, we'll see. One of us could be incredibly happy next week, or we could all be disappointed.
One of us will be shotgunning a beer.
Or one of us will be shotgunning a beer. Yeah. Probably not me.
Well, definitely me. So.
All right, awesome. That's it.
All right, see you guys next week.